Okay, you wanna know whether you should buy Lattafa Asad blindly? Don't worry, my friend, because I got you covered. After watching this short review, you will have enough information to make the decision yourself. So the other day, while I was watching one of my favorite fragrance review channel here on YouTube, it's not mine, unfortunately. By the way, I stumbled upon this fragrance, Lattafa Asad. And out of curiosity, I typed the name of this fragrance into the YouTube search bar just to gauge the impact that the fragrance is having right now. And suddenly, tons of content about it popped up. And then I thought, should I dig deep into it, or should I be prejudiced because I love niche fragrance and confine myself into this box? But then I thought, Salvo, has I ever prejudice helped someone grow in life? Never. So I went ahead and bought this fragrance straight away. The price tag for this one is an astonishing $20 to $25 or 22 to 27 pounds. What can you buy for this price tag nowadays? Not even a pizza, at least not here in London, and at least not my favorite one, Pizza Hut. If some Italian is watching this content, I hear that I prefer Pizza Hut over the classic Italian pizza. They are going to revoke my passport, but guys, Pizza Hut is so delicious. Anyway, a price tag of $25 for something that promises you to get tons of compliment and perform like a normal fragrance. Something stinks here. Okay, let's talk about the bottle. Come on, Lattafa. Do you really want us to believe that you put thoughts into this bottle? It looks so cheap, so plastically. It reminds me one of those 90s shower gel like Intesa for Men. I get it. You are a clone company and who cares about the bottle? What do you care is to make scent that smell as close to the original as possible. But let me tell you something. Fragrance is often chosen by eye first and then by scent. So the bottle rating for this one, for me, is a 1 out of 10. Now let's get serious, if we can, and address the elephant in the room. That is not the bottle, which, by the way, reminds me a little bit of an elephant. Sorry about that. Anyway, why this fragrance has gained so much momentum? Because of course, guy, it claims to be the closest clone to one of the most famous designer fragrances, Sauvage Elixir by Dior, which, unlike the other designer fragrance, is quite expensive. We are talking about $160 or £130 for 60 ml. Which is a price tag really close to the most famous niche fragrance. But what a company says or people say doesn't really matter. What matters in a fragrance is that it matches our personal taste and, of course, perform well. Otherwise, why bothering spending money to buy it? So let's see what this Lattafa Asad can do for us. Okay, I've got the bottle of Lattafa Asad here and a sample of Dior Sauvage Elixir here, which, by the way, cost me almost as much as the original Lattafa Asad. Now let's compare the two fragrances and see if what people say is true. Let's spray it. Lattafa here and Sauvage Elixir here. Okay, first impression about Lattafa Asad. In the first seconds, it smelled too much of alcohol, but then settled down to these spicy notes of black pepper and tobacco. Sauvage Elixir at this point is more stable, and it didn't open up to the spicy notes of cardamom and cinnamon that I can detect. Meanwhile, Lattafa Asad went straight down to the base vanilla notes. In fact, what I can detect right now is a mix of black pepper, tobacco, and vanilla. Yeah, it's quite pleasant, honestly. So, Sauvage Elixir right now, it opened up a little bit. In fact, I can detect still the cardamom, cinnamon, but now I can slightly detect the lavender. And I really really strong licorice and sandalwood. What I'm gonna do now, because I wanna be completely honest about this fragrance review, is to leaving the fragrances in my wares for at least 6 hours, and then I'll come back to you and tell you what are the performance of the two fragrances compared. Okay guys, 6 hours went by. What are the performance of Sauvage Elixir and Lattafa Asad compare? Well, Sauvage Elixir is stable on my skin with a projection of, let's say, 6 out of 10. And after a couple of hours, the fragrance open up a little bit more. In fact, I can detect amber and patchouli much more than before, and is quite persistent because at this distance I can still smell the fragrance, and also the people that I met today say the same. Meanwhile, Lattafa Asad at this point has become a powdery sweet fragrance with a pleasant smell of tobacco, amber, coffee, and vanilla. For Lattafa Asad, I would say a 5 out of 10 for the longevity and the same for the persistency. After 5 to 6 hours, you can still smell it, but you can feel that it's going to die at this point. But guys, a 5 out of 10 sillage and longevity for a fragrance that you get for roughly $25 is not bad. You get what I mean? To answer to your question whether you should buy Lattafa Asad blindly, those are my final thoughts. The two fragrances smell almost the same at the beginning, but then they take a slightly different route once they open up. Meanwhile, Sauvage Elixir stay on the masculine side. Lattafa Asad, after a few seconds that you're spraying it, it becomes a sweet fragrance. Of course, you can still be biased if you don't know the difference between the two, because the composition of the fragrance is quite similar. The performances of Lattafa Asad for the price tag are quite astonishing, and you can definitely say that you are wearing Sauvage Elixir while you are wearing Lattafa Asad, without feeling dishonest. Of course, this depends also on your value system. Anyway, should you buy Lattafa Asad blindly? Yes. If you like Sauvage Elixir and you don't want to spend $160 for 60 ml, you can definitely go for this. Of course, there is some marginal difference in the performance of the two, but man, you can't have everything in this life. Come on. Ok, cari amici, we came to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe for more. And before you go, remember that fragrance is an escape, a doorway to another world, a utopia, where you can be and feel anything you want. See you in the next video.